Hello everyone and welcome to yet another video. Thank you for joining me again. While I was researching for the news on Alberta immigration, and I'm sure many of you also have got this particular news from Google or website, that the Premier of Alberta has written a letter to the Prime Minister of Canada to highlight the fact that Alberta would need more allocations for issuing PNP certificates for the coming 3 years. So in this channel, we have already discussed the volume and the inventory situation of Alberta. As time to time they provide an update, but this is a bit of news item that I wanted to share with you. So if you see here, so if you just search for news by Aaip immigration, news like this would have come to your attention where it says that the Premier of Alberta is pushing for more PNP allocation. Again, these are from the website, so I'll not take you through the websites and their version. Let's go through the official letter that was written and that's available on alberta.ca website. So looking at this letter, which was addressed to the Prime Minister and from our Premier, Daniel Smith, the basic crux of this particular letter, from in my opinion, is that Alberta was expecting a increase of nominations of at least 10,000 plus for 2024 and 2025. Last year, Alberta had a limit of 9750, but in the latest update, what we saw that Alberta issued, in fact, more than 10,000 nominations last year, utilizing the buffer that is provided by Ircc. So this year they were expecting it to be more than 10,000. And in return, what was declared is that the 2024 allocations would remain at the same level as 2023. Now, this is not what was expected, and the Premier has kind of tried to highlight that this increase is not enough. Okay, in fact there is no increase, and the fact that there is no increase in the allocations is not enough, in line with the expectation of Alberta immigration system and also the economic growth in Alberta. In this particular letter, she is kind of highlighting the fact that the request from Alberta was for a number of in between 14,000 and 15,000 for the next 3 years, and they were expecting around 10,000 at least, a notional increase of at least to 10,000, but right now it's even below that notional growth of 10,000. In the next paragraph, she is kind of explaining how the labor market in Alberta is improving. Alberta labor market is growing, and it is one of the strongest labor markets in Canada, if not the strongest. And to keep up with this labor growth and the demand growth, Alberta is forecasting more demand in priority sector, in technology sector, hospitality, tourism, and you would see that is the reason why it has introduced targeted PNP streams targeting these particular priority sectors and the sectors that it's expecting to be in demand. So keeping in line with the economic goals, what the Premier is requesting the federal government through this letter is to come up with a revised allocation, and this revised allocation is in fact almost 20,000 for each of next 3 years, so 24, 25 and 26, plus a allocation of 10,000 additional allocation for accommodating the Ukrainian evacuees or the refugees in Alberta. Premier is expecting that the most of the Ukrainian evacuees in Alberta, or the Ukrainian refugees in Alberta, would like to, in fact, as high as 93% as per this letter, would like to make Alberta their permanent home, and then they would apply. So they would need an allocation just targeted at the Ukrainian evacuees also. So for the next 3 years, 20,000 for the priority sectors and also 10,000 for Ukrainian refugees. So this is what is being requested or kind of highlighted by the premier. So what happens to this particular letter, we will keep an eye on the news items, but I just wanted to share this piece of news with you, and the fact that the government at the highest level in Alberta is keeping an eye on immigration as a way of meeting its economic needs. So that is what is covered in this letter. I'll provide a link to this letter in the description if you want to have a look and read it for yourself and form an opinion. Okay, so that's it in this particular video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.